We've got the front of our trifold looking good. Now all we have to do is go and do the inside spread. We'll start with this left side. We're going to place those images. I'm going to make these boxes sit right on the margin, but because this is artwork, it's kind of like a logo. You have to make sure that it actually is entirely in the box and not cropped. We can do that by going to Fitting, Fit Content. There we go. Now that we have that in there fitted, let me move these image boxes closer to the size they are, because then we can start to center these. So I can take this one, move it right down here to the margin. This one's on the margin, and then the middle one, if your smart guides are on, you'll see these two little arrows. Do you see how that divides up the space evenly? So make sure that that's on under View, Grids and Guides, Smart Guides. And then in the middle section, we're going to put the copy. So let's make the copy box first. I'm going to set it right here. I don't know how far this copy is going to go. I'm going to grab all of this that says the collection. I'm going to put that in there. And then this is easy. The collection is a subhead, and this is the body copy. We do have one problem in that we have a widow. The word artist just hanging here on its own is a problem. So we're going to have to find a way to either make everything go longer or absorb that. So I think what we could do is since ever growing has a hyphen anyways, I'm going to do a break at growing. I'm going to hit Shift Return, and then we'll see if we can get artist up there. But we can't. What we can do is we could actually play with the tracking and either add tracking or subtract it to try to get this. So if I grab all of this copy, I'm at 0. If I go -10, it still doesn't really fix it. And I don't want to go any more negative than that. So let me try going the other way. There we go. Now if I absorb growing here, representation, it's a few more breaks than I'd like, but that's partly just because we have long words. So now that doesn't have a widow, which is much better. And then let me move this out of the way and put the image that goes below it and set that right to the margin. And just to make sure we got all of that in there, I'm going to go to Fitting, Fit Content Proportionally. There we go. Now we just have to do our last panel. This is about the shop. I'm going to put a text box here, grab the copy. We're done with this text box now also. Set that copy here. And then we just have style sheets. So this is our subhead. And this is our body copy. Now the only thing that looks a little rough is this copy right here. So first let's go to the Show Hidden Characters so we can see what we have here. So what we want to put in between the day of the week and the time is a tab character. So make sure that that's there for all of them, and then let's get rid of our hidden characters. Highlight all of that, and the shortcut for bringing tabs up is Shift-Command-T. If you don't remember that, you can always go here to tabs. So what I want, these little arrows tell you the different kind of tabs that there are, and I'm going to align this. And align this to the text box so it's a visual thing. So this left arrow is left justified tab. This one is center. This one's right justified. And this is aligned to the decimal. So we're going to use that left justified because we want it to justify right in between the day of the week and the time. So let's try right here. Perfect. Now, it's a little tight. So what I might do is use my kerning and take out a bunch of space in between the ampersand and the day of the week here. So I can just kind of bump that over, and you can see how that buys me a space in between the hours. So now that's looking good. Now we just need to put in the images here, and since these are very specific, I'm actually going to make the image boxes first. These aren't artwork or logos, so I can actually predetermine the size that I want these to fit. And with those image boxes in place, I'll load up both of the images for that. This one goes in the top one, this goes in the bottom one. So let's try fitting fill frame proportionately, and that works. Now this one I actually want it to be quite a bit larger. I want to crop out some of that other extra stuff. Let's make sure everything's sitting. Now I want to do a preview check. I want to move this copy up just a little bit there. Everything's looking good here. Is this cropped? Now the only thing left to do is to see if everything is good for print. So we're going to go to our links panel. Looks like we're just shy on this Warhol image, but only by 2. So if we're going to be a stickler, all we got to do is make that just a tiny bit smaller. And do you see the number just hit 200? And that's going to work. So now we're done. What I want you to do is I want you to save this and send it to me as an InDesign file. I already have these images, so you don't need to package it. And what I want to see is the way that you set up your file. I want to see your style sheets, and I want to see your margins all set up here. And again, don't forget to save the setup so that you'll have it for your planetarium. Okay.